The idea of a tomb sealed for millennia, hidden under the weight of time and secrets, evokes a fascination that is hard to ignore. What could such a place, sealed with such care that neither wind nor time could corrupt it, contain? When this tomb was revealed as possibly linked to the Virgin Mary, the effect was tremendous and instantaneous. But what does the discovery of an empty tomb attributed to Mary really mean? Could this finding challenge centuries of religious beliefs or reinforce stories passed down through generations? Experts, faced with this unknown, were faced with complex questions. For Catholic Christians, Mary was elevated to heaven without passing through death, an eternal symbol of purity and divine devotion. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. On the other hand, Eastern Christian traditions claim that she died but came back to life before ascending, while other accounts place her living out her last days in faraway places like India. This discovery, rather than providing definitive answers, amplified the uncertainty. The location where the tomb was found, in the Kidron Valley, surrounded by Christian sacred sites, added a new level of wonder. How this space could have remained hidden for so long, in the heart of one of the most revered places in the world, is questioned. Scientists found clues that seem to contradict. An intact but empty tomb, as if something beyond the natural had occurred. As the world's religions look on expectantly, this discovery not only challenges theological notions about Mary, but also unites millions in a global debate. From Christians to Muslims, Mary occupies a place of reverence that transcends doctrinal differences, but it also exposes significant cultural divisions over her life, death, and legacy. Is it possible that this tomb, far from solving the mystery, is a reminder of how little we know about the sacred events of history? In this enigma, not only is the truth about Mary sought, but also a better comprehension of how religious narratives influence people. And as scientists continue to investigate, the question persists. What does this finding tell us about Our Lady, history, and ourselves? The stories surrounding Mary's life are not only diverse, but have throughout time also had an important influence on religious activities. In Catholic Christianity, the doctrine of the Assumption was established as dogma in 1950 by Pope Pius V, stressing that Mary was taken to heaven, body and soul, free of any corruption. This act was seen as the culmination of her purity and holiness, a reminder of her unique place in sacred history. However, this interpretation has not been universally accepted. While Catholicism frames the Assumption as a transcendental moment, other Christian traditions have narrated Mary's life with different nuances. In Eastern Orthodox traditions, Mary's falling asleep, that is, her falling asleep, symbolizes her physical death before her heavenly ascension. This event is celebrated with a 14-day fasting period, culminating on August 15th in solemn ceremonies filled with prayers and chants in her honor. These differences, far from creating division, enrich Mary's spiritual legacy by highlighting how each tradition finds in her story a reflection of its own beliefs. In those moments when differences seem to drive us apart and the path to understanding becomes confusing, Mary's life teaches us that unity is possible even from different perspectives. The traditions that celebrate her Dormition or Assumption invite us to reflect on the transformative power of faith and love. This is exactly what the secret of Jesus' apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook delves into his prophecies and offers a glimpse of what lies ahead. It is available for free in the anchored commentary. Grab it now before editions run out. On the other hand, interpretations further removed from traditional Christianity present even more intriguing scenarios. In Turkmenistan, a Nestorian tradition places Mary's final resting place in the city of Mary, far from Jerusalem. Similarly, an Islamic sect holds that Mary spent her last days in Pakistan, in a place revered for its connection to the mother of Jesus. These versions, though peripheral, demonstrate how her figure transcends cultural and religious boundaries, connecting communities around the world. Even within Catholicism, there are significant nuances. While some faithful believe in a deathless ascension, known as the immortalist view, others subscribe to the mortalist idea, which asserts that Mary died and was resurrected before her Assumption. The latter interpretation, endorsed by prominent figures such as Pope John Paul II, has gained traction in certain communities, offering a more human perspective of her heavenly journey. Despite these differences, Mary remains a figure of unity. Her memory connects generations and faiths, from Anglo-Catholic ceremonies to Orthodox traditions. Her legacy not only transcends Christianity, but continues to inspire questions and devotion in a world filled with stories that seek to illuminate the mystery of her life. The absence of remains in Mary's tomb not only baffled scientists, but also ignited debates in theological and archaeological circles. While some saw this void as proof of the Assumption into heaven, others interpreted it as a symbol of the fragility of human knowledge in the face of divine mystery. This discovery, rather than offering answers, raised new questions that challenged both faith and reason. The use of advanced technology to explore the tomb opened an unexpected window into the past. Using ground-penetrating radar, researchers scanned the depths of the ground for additional chambers or possible remains. What they found, however, was an enigmatic silence, as if nature itself was protecting this sacred place from any earthly intrusion. The stone walls showed no inscriptions or distinctive markings that could tell a story. Modern scientific methods, which are often so effective in other archaeological contexts, ran up against a kind of insurmountable limit. Even when examining the air quality inside the chamber, the results were puzzling. Nothing seemed out of place, but the atmosphere conveyed a sense of solemnity, as if that empty space was imbued with a purpose beyond human comprehension. Would you like to learn more about these subjects and expand your spiritual horizons? Download our free ebook now before copies run out. Find the link in the first posted comment. This void, rather than discouraging believers, became a catalyst for spiritual reflection. Many communities interpreted the discovery as a confirmation of their faith, recalling the teachings that for centuries have pointed to Mary as a unique figure, transcending mortality. For Catholics especially, this event reaffirmed the dogma of the Assumption, while for Muslims it reinforced the sanctity of Mariam as a woman blessed by God. The intersection between science and faith reached a high point here. In a world where every day we seek to measure, catalogue and analyze everything, Mariam's empty tomb seems to be a reminder that there are aspects of existence that remain beyond the reach of any tool or technology. While scientists continue to investigate, the tomb guards its secrets, offering each generation an enigma that invites both search and contemplation. Exploration of the empty tomb led researchers to examine not only the physical space, but also the historical accounts surrounding Mary's life. Some ancient texts mention events that seem to intertwine the supernatural with the historical. For example, there are records of early communities claiming to have witnessed a bright light near the place where she was believed to be buried, a sign interpreted as her divine ascension. Although these stories lack tangible evidence, their persistence through the centuries reflects the lasting impact of her figure. In parallel, researchers delved into the Vatican archives, searching for clues that might shed light on this mysterious tomb. There, they found references to documents that mentioned the possibility that Mary had been secretly moved to another location for security reasons, to protect her remains from desecration during the conflicts of the time. These hypotheses not only fueled academic debates, but also reinforced the idea that her story is more complex than has been assumed. Meanwhile, in Jerusalem, teams of archaeologists continued to work in the vicinity of the Kidron Valley, analyzing adjacent structures that might be related to the tomb. One of the chambers discovered contained inscriptions in Aramaic that, although fragmentary, appeared to refer to a woman revered as the Mother of Light. These remarks struck an important chord among academics, who interpreted the finding as a possible tribute to Mary, although without a confirmed direct connection. On the other hand, the discovery of this tomb rekindled attention to the cultural differences surrounding Mary. In Turkey, a shrine in Ephesus, known as the House of the Virgin Mary, attracted pilgrims from all over the world. Although the authenticity of this site has also been questioned, its popularity highlights how diverse traditions have found in Mary a common symbol of devotion and hope. As research progresses, contemporary interpretations intertwine with the richness of ancestral traditions, creating a tapestry of perspectives that encompasses both the tangible and the spiritual. For scientists, the emptiness of the tomb remains an enigma that defies modern tools, while for believers it is confirmation that the divine cannot always be measured or defined. As you read about these meaningful stories, don't forget that you can access more inspiration and knowledge. Download the free ebook while it is still available in the first comment posted. In the records of ancient Christian communities in Ethiopia, Mary occupies a central place as the protective mother. According to an oral tradition handed down by the guardians of the Aksum Church, Mary is believed to have visited this region during the early years of Christianity, leaving a legacy of symbols associated with her purity and spiritual guidance. In Armenia, some medieval manuscripts describe celestial visions related to the figure of Mary, where she is portrayed as a bridge between heaven and earth, reflecting a unique connection between her history and the spiritual landscapes of those communities. Art and architecture over the centuries have also left clues as to how Mary was perceived in different cultural contexts. During the Renaissance, for example, some churches in Central Europe began to incorporate architectural motifs in the form of heavenly gates, designed to symbolize Mary's connection to the afterlife. This symbolism is not limited to European Christianity. In regions such as Syria, ancient frescoes show Mary as an illuminated figure surrounded by stars, highlighting her role as a divine guide even in times of uncertainty. As for apocryphal texts, some mention events not recognized by the canonical scriptures. In an account attributed to the Gospel of Bartholomew, Mary is described as a figure capable of transcending physical matter, a characteristic that believers interpreted as an allusion to her assumption. While these accounts are not considered official, they have inspired centuries of speculation and devotion in communities that see in them a window into the lesser-known aspects of their history. The discovery of the empty tomb has had an unexpected impact on contemporary archaeology, spurring new research at historic sites associated with biblical figures. For example, a team of archaeologists in Turkey has redoubled its efforts in the region of Ephesus, using state-of-the-art technology to search for architectural remains linked to the House of the Virgin Mary. This renewed interest has also led to a re-evaluation of previously overlooked historical texts, looking for connections between ancient accounts and recent discoveries. As these investigations continue to intensify, stories, art, and traditions continue to reveal unpublished facets of Mary's legacy, broadening the understanding of her figure and her impact across different eras and cultures. Contemporary theories about the empty tomb have led researchers to explore hypotheses that go beyond the conventional. One of the most intriguing ideas is the possibility that the tomb was deliberately hidden for centuries by religious communities to protect it from looting or destruction. Documents found in 6th century monasteries mention a secret order of guardians who were supposedly charged with preserving sacred sites, including possible sites linked to Mary. Although the evidence is fragmentary, some believe that these orders may have played a crucial role in keeping the site intact until its recent discovery. The symbolism of the void in the tomb has also generated huge debate among theologians and philosophers. In many spiritual traditions, the void is not seen as absence, but as a space filled with divine potential. If this topic piques your interest, don't miss the opportunity to get our free ebook. There are few copies remaining. Download it now from the link in the first comment. In this context, Mary's empty tomb could be interpreted as a tangible reminder of the transcendental, something that cannot be reduced to a scientific or historical explanation. This concept finds parallels in teachings of different religions, such as in Islamic Sufism, where emptiness is considered a gateway to the infinite and the unknown. On the other hand, the impact of this discovery in the interreligious sphere has been remarkable. Religious leaders from different denominations have initiated dialogues to reflect on how the figure of Mary can serve as a bridge between traditions. In Jerusalem, for example, meetings have been held where Christians, Muslims, and Jews explore together the significance of her legacy. These gatherings, though marked by doctrinal differences, highlight Mary's ability to inspire unity in a divided world. On a more practical level, technological advances have allowed for a more detailed investigation of the area where the tomb was found. Three-dimensional scans of the site have revealed possible subway tunnels connecting to other structures, suggesting that the site may have been part of a larger complex, used both for rituals and to preserve sacred objects. If this post makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us continue to create valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. Archaeologists are working to determine whether these tunnels might contain more clues about the tomb's role in religious history. The empty tomb, far from being an isolated find, has triggered a series of investigations that cross disciplines and beliefs, expanding the understanding of how sacred stories interact with the cultural and spiritual fabric of humanity.